Good evening, Lizzie Boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back talking about some bootleg dolls because I went searching and I found a lot that I haven't discussed before. There are some in this video that I have talked about maybe years ago when I used to cover fake dolls, but today I wanted to talk about Kaibibi Princess, which is an Ever After High bootleg brand that is alarmingly similar to our Donna Girl. I'd almost think they were made by the same people due to how similar they are. But yeah, I also found some other Monster High bootlegs that I think would be fun to talk about, so we're just going to get right into it now, I guess. So Kaibibi Princess is another Russian bootleg brand, which somebody thought I was saying by saying it's a Russian brand means I said it's produced in Russia. I know it's not, but the brand is based in Russia, essentially. Hello, base department. And basically what they do is they would copy every single Ever After High bootleg to an alarmingly realistic degree. Obviously, they do have some that don't look as good, like their Duchess is a bit off in more ways than one. And it just says Kaibibi Princess, daughter of Rapunzel. So, they weren't even trying to, make the boxes look right. Although, in a way they were, because the box does look a lot like Duchess's. It's just that it's clearly not Duchess in the box. But then you have other bootlegs that almost work. Like, if this apple had been in a Legacy Day fake box, it would have looked like Legacy Day Apple. But instead, they picked the Mirror Beach box, which is a smaller package that looks nothing like the Legacy Day packaging. Overall, though, the dress isn't horrible, and if in the correct, knockoff box, it would actually kind of look like the doll it's supposed to be mimicking. These two are examples of earlier bootlegs, though. You have later ones like their Through the Woods dolls, which are really, really similar to the release dolls. Like, the Through the Woods Ashlyn, the doll on the right, honestly looks a lot like the released Ashlyn, like the official one. It's alarming how similar she looks. Poppy does look different. They weren't able to perfectly nail the face. You can see that they do printing and hair finalize. These things are always covered in broken English. But, yeah, that Ashlyn looks really convincing, honestly. Kaibibi is another brand that I don't know much about, but I'm 90% sure that this is the brand that had a commercial for it. It was they would say always beautiful and then start singing in another language, and it would have the bootleg dolls in it. I can't find this commercial to save my life, but I know it used to be on YouTube. It was a bootleg commercial for the Kaibibi Princess brand, or maybe it was a bootleg for another brand called Always Beautiful, because I remember them saying Always Beautiful a lot. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please let me know, because I swear to God I remember this Ever After High bootleg brand having a commercial. There are some other Kaibibi bootlegs, like this is a expanded version of the apple that we saw just a few moments ago, with a Cedar, who seems to be wearing Briar's dress, and a Duchess, who is wearing Raven's dress. Again, no idea why they chose the Mirror Beach line, but they did for the packaging. You can also just see that they replace almost all of the text on the box with Kaibibi. I'm not sure what Kaibibi means. I don't know if that's an actual word, if it has any sort of meaning. One speculation could be that it means princess, but if it did, then it wouldn't have princess in the name of the doll line, because then it would just be princess. So maybe it means fairy tale. I don't know. They've also got these fakes from... They are literally both supposed to be Mira, I guess. These are supposed to be their Dragon Games fakes, and they all just say Teenage Evil Queen, which not even the actual box said that. I'm pretty sure Mira's box said Mira Shards, so again, they didn't even try. It is kind of funny how well they managed to recreate the accessories, though. They used the exact same molds, and it almost looks good. And then that little clock from the Way to Wonderland dolls, which they did make bootleg Way to Wonderland dolls. We've got Lizzie and Kitty here. They nailed Kitty's face. I know this picture is low quality. For some reason, when I imported these photos from my phone to my iPad to film this video, the quality of the photos got driven down significantly from how they actually look on my device. So, I don't know why that happened. But, Kitty looks perfect. They got the face 100% accurate just about. Obviously not to the Way to Wonderland doll. It's not the same makeup. But, yeah. Also, the logo says Past Wonderland instead of Way to Wonderland. I'm surprised it didn't just say Kaibibi Wonderland, since that's what they like to do. Finally, shifting gears into some Monster High fakes, this is one that doesn't really have its own funny name, unless you want to count the weird girl at the bottom of the box. This seems to be a green werecat, and they just straight up put Monster High on it, and they mirrored the Monster High logo. So, you've got a backwards skullette. And it's definitely not just the box that's been mirrored, or the full photo, because the text is still readable. They just mirrored the image. They just mirrored the skullette image. And at least they were consistent with it, because they used their mirrored skullette everywhere it's visible on the box, so that's fun. I do really like the name of these bootlegs. I just think that Weird Girl is a very funny name, and if I'm being honest, if there was an actual doll line called Weird Girl, that would be fun. That'd be funny. I would enjoy that, I think. There was also this photo of a magical girl, as it is called. Obviously, if you're into anime, you know that magical girls are like stuff like Madoka Magica, or, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a character named Doremi in it, and my friend really likes that anime, and I think it did a crossover with Bandori one time. That's all I know about it. But, yeah, magical girl. They put MG, and they just put a pair of glasses over the skullette. This is a really convincing Avia fake, though. Like, it's genuinely kind of mind-boggling how good they managed to match Avia. I'd almost think that this was a real Avia that they slapped in the box or something, because it just looks too good to be true. They've got a Draculaura artwork at the bottom. It looks like some sort of ripoff of the 13 Wishes logo at the bottom as well. And then there's a random Skeleta up in the top left corner. And it looks like... No, those are spiderwebs. There's some kind of spiderweb print going on in the back of the box behind the fake Avia. But again, this is like an oddly, weirdly convincing looking fake. I really don't know how they do stuff like this. I also found this bootleg called Monster Friend, where they used edited Draculaura and Ghoulia artworks, and some 13 Wishes, no, Sweet 1600 Draculaura illustrations in the background. As for the doll, we don't actually know what she looks like, on account she fell over. So, yeah, can't really talk about this one much. I just thought this picture was really funny. It's a Monster High bootleg, so it fits the criteria that is needed to be featured in one of these videos. And also, she fell over, so adds a bit of the comedy factor. Also, this looks like it was found at a Big Lots, just based on, like, the stickers and stuff, and the dolls that are there, because I see stuff like that at Big Lots a lot, so maybe this was at Big Lots. I don't know. Getting into some Ardana Girl stuff, though, because you guys know I can't go a single bootleg video without talking about them, we've got this very interesting collection of dolls. They have a fake Monster High Cupid and a fake Holt. And Holt seems to come with a pet, and they tried to make it look like Crossfade without actually using the mold of Crossfade, because instead they used Count Fabulous. And it's the same with Toralei and her mystery boyfriend. That feels weird to say, because I view Toralei as a lesbian, but like, you know, whatever. It's just Count Fabulous, but wearing white, so it's fun. And then we got the Werecat twins. So these ones are especially bizarre because, you know, they're on Bratz bodies that have, like, actual feet instead of peg feet. So, you know, those are just... I really don't know why... I don't know when they switched over to their bootlegged Monster High body, but at the start, they would use these Bratz ones. I also found this stock photo for Khaki Girl where we can see their, human skin-toned Holt, as I like to call him, but wearing Deuce's clothes, and some sort of Littlest Pet Shop abomination in the box with him. And they've also got a blue-haired Laguna, wearing Draculaura's pajamas. And then, of course, we've got, what did we call that girl? What did we call that purple Claudine in the last video? I don't remember what her fake name was, but, it's a bootleg Claudine. I just thought this was funny. A new series of Magic Girl. Give children more surprise. And, of course, the Khaki Girl logo has its own skullette with a hat on. It's wearing a fedora. It's a Reddit mod. I also found this Ardana Girls fake of the Shriek-Wrecked line where they just straight up use the Shriek-Wrecked branding down there. And for some reason, these dolls come with the keys from the Sweet 1600 line. I don't know why. But this one is of Dana Treasura Jones. As you guys know, she only had one release and was featured in G2. And in Ardana Girl lore, she exists. not much to say. It's just a fake Dana. So I also found this 13 Wishes one that just says Monster Girl, beautiful set, and wishes. They didn't even put the 13, it just says wishes. And this one just stood out to me, not because it's our Donna Girl, because it isn't, it's Monster Girl. But this Frankie, again, looks way too convincing. I don't know what it is with some of these bootleggers actually being able to somewhat recreate the doll accurately, but this is another one of those cases, and it just stood out to me. Again, I don't know why the image is in such poor quality here, because on my phone it's in perfect quality, so sorry about that. It's a bit pixely, but I hope you guys can see it well enough. I also found this bizarre Caddy Noir fake, because whenever our Donna Girl does Caddy, they always make her gray. For some reason, they're incapable of giving Caddy her accurate black skin tone, and they always just gun for like a sort of darkish, but not really Werecat twins gray, so like Meowdy and Persephone's skin tone. They also gave her like this very light bubblegum pink hair, and I'll admit it's kind of cute. So they actually have made a bootleg Caddy before. This one seems to be an updated version where she's on their bootleg Monster High body, but the original one was on a Bratz body and was released in their line of 13 Wishes fakes back when they were still, I believe, Khaki Girl. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and Khaki Girl and our Donna Girl aren't actually the same brand, but I'm like 89% sure they are. Again, I could be wrong, but I feel like I am not wrong. I think I'm gonna call it there though. I don't like to make these videos too long, so I'll cover everything else that I saved in another video. As always, if you have more fake dolls you would like me to cover, feel free to send them to my Instagram. It's linked underneath every single one of my videos. And as always, feel free to let me know what you think of the dolls we discussed today in the comments below. I love reading what you guys have to say. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!